Hello everyone, and welcome back to my crafting world. This is Anna. Guys, I wanted to show you a box that I have made with a Romantic Life by Blue Fern Studios that I had gotten in one of my design team packages, and I really hadn't made anything with it yet. So I thought I would make this adorable box. So by the time this video goes up, I will think of a name, but I want it to be something like, I saw this on YouTube. Someone else made it. It was in a different language, so I know I didn't get any of the measurements right, so I just constructed it to my measurements. But I think she just called it a jewelry box. I think mine is going to be a hidden message jewelry box, or secret love letter jewelry box, or just I don't know, I'll figure it out. But anyway, let me show you what I've done. Let me give you the overall look first. So this is the front right here, and then one side, and then the other side. So as you can see, I didn't do much to the back. I did put the, the trim on the bottom, and then the trim going around just to give it a finished look. And this is the other side, and we go back to the front. These, I believe, are Tim Holtz. But anyway, so what I did on the top of the box was, of course, I lined it with a Romantic Life paper, and then I put a cluster of flowers, and then I put a double bow with a flower in the center, and then I did pearl trim all the way around. And this is from, it was on the paper, and it says "It's a Beautiful World." And these were left over from the trim that I put around the box, so I tucked them in there, and and I like the way that looked. And then on my flowers, these were in my stash. But anyway, I tucked in flowers, and there's some pearls in there. There's some little flat back gems in there. There's those tiny roses. These I got from ASC Crafts. Guys, don't forget to visit them. They have some really, really awesome products. And then this is another flower that I tucked in there. There's another bead back there. And there's another flower right here, and then another bead. And then the leaves come off of the packages where these came out of. And yeah, so you know me, if you look hard enough, you're gonna find stuff. There's a rose tucked inside between the three, and there is the pearl in there. So there's a lot to look at. Once you keep looking, you find stuff. And I did do a few flat back gems on the throughout. Did a couple right here with that It's a Beautiful World. It's not even a banner, it's just a strip. And on the front, so the box is the top box, and then the bottom box that forms the little the little bottom part. I don't know what you would call it, but anyway, it forms the bottom part. And I did I had this trim, so I put that all the way around just on the front, because of course the feet are right there. And then I put this pearl trim all the way around, and then I used this one, and I put that one all around the three sides, not all the way to the back. And then I put a little cluster of flowers right here in this corner. And then right here I did 3 white roses with some green leaves, and I did the same on the other side. And for the closure, there was a C on this oval shape that I was going to leave like that, but then I'm like, yeah, no, that doesn't, I need to jazz that up a little bit. So I put some more pearl trim right here, and that's the pearl trim that is on the front, on the top. I put some pearl trim right here, some more flat back gems on the sides, along with right here on the oval circle. And then this was a filigree piece that I had in my stash. This is a plastic button that I glued on top of the filigree, And again, these are the tiny roses that come in a package through ASC Crafts, as well as these tiny, tiny hip roses, they're called. Adorable, adorable little roses. Okay, and then we open, this is closed with a magnetic closure. There's magnets right there. And then so this lifts up, and the magnet, you can see the magnet here at the bottom, and then the other one is under the paper. And then this opens up this way, and plenty of room for goodies or what have you. And then we close it up, and then the secret love letter can go between the lid and the top of the box. So as you can see, there's an opening, and you really have to look at it, because I showed it to my husband and he didn't see it. So that one you open up this way, and I put a little seam binding here to hold in these little, you know, cut aparts from the page, and this is where your love letter would go, your secret love letter. And there you go. I put it on there so they wouldn't roll around or anything. There you go. So this is my box, and this also of course has magnets so that it will close and it won't open if it is tilted. And there we go, guys. Oh, I just love the way it turned out, and I think it is adorable. Who wouldn't want to receive something like that? That's beautiful. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching, and now let me show you how I made this box. Let's go on to the tutorial. So the paper that I used was a Romantic Life by Blue Fern Studios, and it is such a pretty paper. I hauled this, I think, in my design team package. I believe it was last month in May. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with the box itself. For the box, you need 2 4x3 pieces of chipboard, 2 6x3 pieces, and 1 4x6. So the connector pieces we need are 6 6x1 pieces scored in the middle, and I have double-sided tape on the back of each one. And then we also need 4x1. We need 6 pieces, again scored it right down the middle, score tape on the back, and I did go ahead and angle cut each one of these so that they would be ready to go. And we need 8 3x1 pieces, again scored in the center, and double-sided tape on the back. So I am going to go ahead and start putting this box together. So this is the bottom. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and use some liquid adhesive as well. And I'm going to start this by removing one side of the adhesive. I'm going to add some liquid adhesive to this, and I am going to place it right on the edge here, right on the edge, not going over my line, my you know, the edge of my chipboard, from corner to corner. And I want to make sure that I don't go over. I'm trying to get them nice and straight. And I'll show you in just a second. Okay. And burnish that down. Make sure it's down straight. Okay, so here we go. It's right on the edge. When I put my next piece on, it will be, you know, ready to go. So I'm going to do that to all 4 sides. So I'm going to put the inside on all 4 sides the same way. Okay, now I'm going to put my side pieces on right here and form my box this way, okay? Make sure you leave enough space for it to fold. And now I'm going to go ahead and put these pieces on the inside. Okay, I have formed my box and it's ready to go. Why this? I don't know why I put a strip of tape on the outside of this one, but I'll make it work. So we have finished the box and we are done with the box for the moment, but I am going to tell you that if you make boxes, you know that the corners are always really hard to cover unless you're using black on black. Then you don't have to worry about it. But I'm not using black on black, so I'm using craft on blue. So on the corners, it's so hard to get right up to the corner. So I always take just a Sharpie, a marker, and I just dab the corners just so they will blend in a little bit better. And they do. When your project is finished, you know, it really just blends right in, and you can't even notice it. The maker notices it because they did it, but you know, everybody else, it's unless they're going over it, you know, inch by inch, it's something that they won't notice. Okay, so now we are going to make the outer shell that forms the lid of the box. Okay, let me get the supplies for that. So for the cover of the box, which I have set aside right here, remember we just did the box. So for the cover that goes around the box, this is what you will need. You will need one piece that is 6.5 by 3 1/16 inch tall. Now you want to cut this just a smidge taller because the lid is going to go on there. So you want this just a smidge taller. If you know, that's the way I think it's going to work out. And if it doesn't work out, then we'll redo that. But I think it'll work out. So this is 6.5 by 4 1/4. You need 3 of these. One of them is the bottom, the other one is the top, the other one is the extra lid, and then this one is the one that forms the box. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to cover one of these with all I've done. We're going to cover it as if we were covering a mini album. So this one is for my 3 pieces here. Okay, it's going to go like this. And then this piece is for my second lid that opens. So let's do the easier one first, and we can get it out of the way. So all I did, and I had put tape just around the piece that's going to cover, but I'm gonna go ahead and put some more just on the top side. Okay, so we are going to go ahead and cover our, you know, our case that our box goes into. So all I've done is I put tape on the back, double-sided tape on the back of the covers. So we're going to go ahead and put this down. Okay, we have done the outer part of our box. It's going to go this way, okay? And we have covered the top. That is going to go right here. So we are about ready to see, like, you kind of, it's hard to tell, but you kind of need that tiny little extra 1/16 of an inch. So it'll, because of the bulkiness of the corners of the, you know, the paper. So we are about ready to, you know what? Oh my goodness, this is going to show. Let me erase this. Okay, so we can assemble this way. Okay, so if you want to, you can put pattern paper down right now before you glue your box. Personally, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to let that edge show around the box. It'll give it a little more definition. Because we're trying to bring out the blues in the paper versus, you know, leaving it the way it is. So I think I'm going to go this way with this. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do before I attach the box, I am going to attach this to the top. This is the lid that's going to open this way. Okay, and for that I need a connector. I'm going to need 2 connector pieces. I'm going to need one to actually connect this to this lid right here that will allow it to open this way. And then I'm going to need one for the outer part that will hide that right there. So let me cut my pieces, and actually this is going to be the bottom. So it's going to go this way. All right, like that. So let me cut my connectors and let you know what size they are. Okay, so here are the pieces that we need to attach our lid to the box, okay? Or our, you know, secret compartment to the box. Okay, so this is 6.5 by 1, scored in the middle, put tape on both sides. We are going to take this piece, and I folded it the wrong way, and we're going to take this piece and we are going to put it right here, and that is going to be the hinge. So let me do that. This piece is 1.5 by 6.5. I did not miter the corners because I think I want to leave them that way, but we'll see right now. And then scored it at 3/4 of an inch. So let me attach the lid. Let me move this out of the way again. I'm going to attach the lid to the top of the box so it can open that way. And you have to be really careful and just put this right on the edge so that it doesn't, you know, stick out anywhere, because we're trying to make it as conspicuous as possible. So you know what, I'm going to put it on the lid first. So I am going right to the edge of this lid. Let me see, which one do I, yeah, that's good. So you may see my head. I'm trying to stay in frame for you guys and still have you see what I am doing. Okay, so before I actually put it all the way down, I am going to just make sure it's right on that edge. And I think it is. I don't want it to stick out. And I think that's good right there. So if I look at from the top, I can't see it very well, so that is what we want, but we do want it straight. And there's that sandwich. So let me burnish that down, make sure it sticks very, very well. And yes, we are creating some bulk with these, but we kind of need that bulk right now for this project, so it's going to help us in a little bit. All right, now I'm going to take this piece and attach it right here. Okay, right there. And I am going to go right, it'll be right on the edge. So it'll be this way. I mean, lined up as perfectly as you can get it, okay? So let me remove the score tape and let me add some glue to that without getting on that score line from the hinge, because we need it to open and close. So I'm going to spread this just a little bit so it doesn't ooze and doesn't get on that score mark. I want to make sure it's not right on that fold because I don't need it to be sealed. So it will be nice and straight. Okay, now I will press down. I'm going to hold it there just for a minute so it can adhere, and then I'll open it and burnish it. Okay. Burnish that. There we go, guys. There is our, and see how we do, we're gonna put magnets in here, so we actually need that bulk. Okay, and this is where this one is gonna come in to hide that seam. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and attach this. I'm just going to glue it all together. Okay, so let me add some glue. What did I say I wanted for the front? I think I want this as the front. Okay, so I'm going to use tacky glue. I need a heavier glue, and it can be just a little bulky. So I'm going to use tacky glue for this part. Okay. All the way to the edge, guys. Okay. So I'm going to take a 1-inch strip and just cover it right there. Just over the, yeah, right there. One inch. Okay. Okay guys, I'm so sorry. I think I cut off when I was trying to put this piece on there. I did ultimately have to lift it and re-glue it down because it wasn't, I didn't put it down properly, but there we go. I have already glued the back. I had all kind of phone calls on my phone while I was trying to do this, so there was a little bit that you didn't see me glue the back, put the glue on the back and glue it down. But this is our box so far, and this is our compartment that opens, and then this is the box. Okay, so we're going to set this aside. This will close better once the magnet is on. So we're going to set this aside, and we are going to work on the bottom base of the box. Okay guys, let me show you what we need for the base. Okay, we need I went ahead and used the designer paper because it's really thick, so I really like that. So this is 11 by 8 3/4. Okay, and all you're going to do is you're going to score 2 inches all the way around. Add 1 and 2, flip it over, 1 and 2, flip it over, 1 and 2 on all 4 sides. Okay, once you have that, you go ahead and fold your score lines, and then we are going to cut these 3 squares out right at the corner, which is this one, and this one, and we're going to use that as our tab. So I'm going to start right here and just cut right on that score line, because you can always cut away, you can never put back. So I cut right on the score line, and then I am going to cut up to right here because I want this as my flap. I want it to stay intact right there, and then I'm going to go ahead and cut this off right on that score line, and then cut this one. Okay, so that becomes a tab. Okay, after you do that, you are going to need 6 squares, and you can literally use scraps for this. You don't need this is going to be hidden, so nobody will ever see this unless they actually take it apart. So 4 3/4 by 5. So the 4 3/4 inch side, we're going to score it 1, 2, 3, and 4. We'll probably have to trim that down just a little bit, but that's okay. Okay, so you're going to make 6 of these. So we will score again at 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so after you score that, we need to go ahead and fold our score lines. And we are going to glue this like this, and we're going to make little tubes this way. So let's glue this. Let's put glue on the shorter side. That one we will tuck under. And then I simply just, folded that over. Okay. And that forms a tube. Okay. All right, so you're going to do that 6 times. So we need 6 of these little tubes. 5, 6. Okay, so we'll set those aside for a second. Oh, maybe I did this one wrong. I cut it wrong, but okay. Let me trim this one down. Looks like I didn't cut that right. Okay, so just make sure they're all the same size. Okay, 6 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. And this one is 16, 6 7/8 by 4 5/8. okay? And this one you cut at the end if you wanted to, and I realized I haven't put that on there. And you can cut that in the end, if this one at the end if you want to, just to be a little more precise. So we're going to take our piece that we just scored and cut and made tabs on, and we are going to take our little tubes and we're going to put glue on our tube. Okay, and we are going to put it right at the edge of this wall right here. Just don't go over your score lines. So you're gonna need to fold that up, and that is going to form our base. Okay, so we're going to glue all of our tubes down. We're gonna start at the edges. Okay, so let me do the other side, because the ends are the ones that have to go a little sturdier, because I mean it's the ends. Okay, so we have that. Looks good. Okay, and then the rest of them we will continue to glue right here, just to make that base sturdy. Not that the box is going to have anything super heavy in it, but you just want to make sure that you have that sturdy base at the bottom. So, you know, you can either make one that's thinner, or just I'm not going to make another one. I'm just going to leave a little bit of space between each one, and I think that will be enough. So let me finish gluing all these on there. All right, guys, there you go. Okay, so now we are going to glue our tabs in right here. Okay, we're going to try to keep that nice and straight. I am going to snip off just a little bit. And that is going to be glued right there. Okay, so I'm trying to keep my edge nice and straight. Okay, once you have your tabs glued in, I'm going to push this down, and we are going to glue this way. Okay, so I'm going to put glue to make sure that my little tubes here don't move. So I'm going to put glue on the underside of this. I'm going to put some glue right here on the edge, just to make sure that first row stays where it's supposed to. So I'm just going to put one line of glue right there, because remember we did put it up against the wall here, or the side. Okay, I am going to put glue along this side. I'm going to glue these down first, and then I'll glue the longer ones. You know what, I'm going to do the longer ones first, and then these in the end. So let me do these longer ones. Put some glue all along the edge. And just do a little bit of glue right there, just for my peace of mind. I know that it is glued. There's some kind of glue there. And let me hold that down for a minute. Make sure that glue adheres. And I'm going to do this side. And now I'm going to glue these sides. And I'll make sure that it doesn't go over, and it doesn't. So I will glue this block down. All right, guys, there is our base. And this is going to be the bottom, just to finish off that bottom a little bit. And again, no one's going to see that, so we are going to just glue that down. Okay. And this is our bottom. Okay. We just wanted to finish that off. Since we had blue for everything, I thought I'd use blue. And there we go. Okay, guys, we have all of our pieces made. This is adhered, so I still need to glue this on to the back. So I'm going to do that now. All right, there we go, guys. This opens this way, this. So our box is actually complete. Now we just need to, the closure we will put in the end after we decide what panel we're going to put on there. And then we're going to put right here, we're going to put magnets, and we're going to put the magnets before we put our pattern paper down. And then this one will go on top of the base. Okay, there you go. That's looking so cute. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put the magnets right here. Okay, guys, I found my magnets. Now this pair, the bigger one, is going to be the one that I used for the closure right here. So that's going to go on last. Now this one is the one that's going to go on next. I'm going to use probably 3. Yeah, I'll probably use 3 or 2. I'll probably just use 2. And these are the tiny ones. So let me go ahead and adhere them. I'm thinking I'm gonna go ahead and, go ahead and put them right there. Not too close to the edge, that way the paper, the decorative paper, will cover it. So I'm going to take some double-sided tape. There we go. All right, guys, now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and attach this to the bottom base. And I'm going to use the tacky glue for that because it is thicker. And then I'm going to put something heavy over it so it'll apply some pressure and it'll adhere well. So let me get my tacky glue and apply glue at the bottom of my top box. Okay, spread it. And then I am going to go ahead, let me see what side I like better. Because they're the same. Put it right here. All right, guys, I'm gonna let this sit for a while and adhere. All right, so all my pieces are dry, they're connected. Now, I did go ahead and cut the mats for the inside of this love letter compartment, and I cut them at 6 1/4 by 4. So this one's going to go on top right here, and this one is going to go on the bottom right here. And the reason that I put a piece of seam binding on there is because if you put a letter in there, you don't want it to come out when you start, you know, moving your lid. So you want something to lock it in. Okay, so all I'm going to do is glue this down, and I'm going to start to go ahead and cut mats. They're my magnets. Cut mats for the inside, the outside, and when I get to the magnet to close everything, I'm going to stop and show you how I put that one in there. Okay guys, this is the way the magnet is going to go. The outside magnet. I have covered all the sides and the inside as well, and there's the inside. I have not placed this down because I need to glue this. This is going to be the magnet. So the outside magnet is already, or the one that goes up against the box is already there. So what I'm going to do next is I am going to glue this magnet down. I want to make sure that it is in the center because I found this E within the images. So this is going to be part of our closure. So what I'm going to do right now is I am going to go ahead and glue this magnet down onto the paper. So I'm going to put some glue on there. And I will, there's the magnet. So I'm going to let that stick for a moment. But this is going to go on this side right here. This is going to be glued to the lid. And then this decorative E is going to go right there. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this down. I know it's going to go there. And then I'm going to lift this up because there is a piece of double-sided tape that I used for the other magnet, and I don't want the blue to stick onto that. So let me grab my little paddle here and lift this up. Hopefully it didn't stick. There we go. All right, now that is the way this is going to go down. Now I am going to glue this beautiful E onto the blue, and then I'll probably, you know, I don't know if I'll trim or what kind of embellishing I'm going to do, but you'll get to see that when I do the review. At this point, I can go ahead and glue my front piece to my box. All right, there is that. I can glue this down. All right, guys, there's that. That's why I wanted to use the stronger magnet for this, because I knew thick paper was going to go between the two magnets. Now I am going to put this down, being careful not to come too close to the edge, because I don't want it to catch that first you know, that first flap. So I am just going to go as far as that, and I am going to put it down and let it catch a little bit. Okay. Now I'm going to let this dry before I close it, because the magnet may, well, I guess if I'm careful. Yeah. And that is how I'm putting the magnet on there, and we are going to put that top panel on here like so, and we are good. Time to embellish and we will be done. It really doesn't take that long. Once you cut all your pieces, it really does not take very long to piece it together. I'm going to put some glue on this. I'm going to put this on here. And we are finished. I just love it. There we go. And we can always hide that, you know, but you actually have to look at it this way to see it. When you see it from the top, you don't know that there is a secret compartment there. Just love it. All right, guys, it was simple. I mean, I know there's a lot of steps to it, but they're easy steps, and it turns out so pretty. I loved it. I love working on this. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you all, and we will talk to everyone later. Y'all have a great day. Thanks a lot, guys.